Name's Michael Sullivan. I'm the head coach of Fusboxe Mixed Martial Arts.
Sasha Brown. I've been fighting for between 5 and 6 years. I was working at IBM and there was a guy who had his first professional fight about 2 weeks before, and he was talking about it, and I'd always had an interest in fighting and decided to give it a shot, and he invited me over to the gym and I went and checked it out, and that was it.
Well, I started doing martial arts when I was 3. For me, it was a natural progression to follow whatever the most progressive martial arts style was existing at the time. So I went through Taekwondo, Karate, Judo, all the different systems, wrestling, started wrestling real young, and worked my way up until I made it to Champions Gym in Littleton, Colorado, where Dwayne Ludwig, a lot of top-end fighters, Oscar Martinez, a couple of the guys, Boss Rutan came out of, or actually trained for his camps there. And so what I did was just accidentally stumbled upon it. There's a lot of stumble upon in anything in life.
I really love teaching. I really like helping people around here. I'm learning so much every day that I see myself as a fighter still, not just a coach or a teacher. And just it's a day-to-day thing. I just see myself as a fighter. I think fighting's pretty basic human nature. A lot of people want to try it in one fashion or another. People have been doing it forever. And it's a safer version, I guess. They don't have to go kill each other to do it. In my mind, it's the deepest form of competition you can have. I played team sports my whole life and played at a reasonably high level, and there's nothing more competitive than going toe-to-toe, so to speak, with another guy and fighting him. Because you go in there, you have to go in absolutely confident. You have to go out there absolutely to win, and then to go out there and when you lose, you know that the only reason you lost is because you weren't able to beat him. You can't blame it on your goalie or your center or whatever. You went out there and you fought and you lost, and that's all there is to it. So it's absolutely humbling.
So what we are, we're a collective school of kind of Russian thinking. Russian martial arts, to me, is an open system of looking for what is the most effective martial art to serve whatever purpose they're trying to feed into. So we're Russian Sambo. It's an acronym which in Russian means self-defense without weapons. Russian Sambo kind of came together back in 1901, kind of became a recognized sport in Russia in the 1930s, is essentially mixed martial arts with a military idea behind it. Like, do you just beat up people in a military situation, or do you maybe go for something more lethal? Well, it depends upon the orders of the situation, but you have both options. This all comes along with the Russian way of thinking, and then we mix in the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, we mix in Muay Thai, American boxing, and we put together the best system we can for each individual and their genetic gifts. We have a very particular expectation of education in here. This is active chess. This is very, very much a game of very physical chess. If you are not the smarter of the two opponents with probably the same genetic ability across the board, all humans are almost the same that way, then you're going to lose. Size is relevant only if the other person is not educated. What we do as martial artists is learn how to fight against that larger person using our technique and information.
I try and look at what a fighter's trying to do besides just punch them in the face and knock them out, you know what I mean? What their overall style is, I guess you could say. I try and decide what they're thinking in the middle of the fight, because that's important to me when I'm fighting, is deciphering my thoughts and keeping a straight head, basically.
We bleed in the dojo so we don't have to bleed in the battlefield. For us, it's very important, this bloodletting thing in the fight community. And so what we are in the mixed martial arts is kind of the last stem of even Spartan culture lasting in America. America is the new Rome, and this is the small pockets of Sparta still exist. These people on this mat will take broken noses, broken bones, keep coming, and keep doing this, keep pressing their body and their mind, and there's something spiritual about it, and it has a heavy meaning to us.
a lot of people think they belong, maybe because they get in fights in school and, you know, they've knocked somebody out on their lunch break before or something like that. And that doesn't really mean anything to me. I didn't fight a lot in high school or anything like that. I think if you'll know if you belong if you can make it a year or so without quitting and train hard, and then you belong.
The next generation of fighters is getting closer to Sparta as we speak. I started martial arts when I was 3, but we didn't start out in like this combat mindset like these kids are now. They're a totally different thing. And all this expectation of excellence that I spoke about earlier is being exposed to them much earlier in age versus later in age like it was to me. So I feel like I was a pretty good athlete, but some of these like 5-year-olds that I'm bringing up are monstrous, and they're as technical as I am at 5 years old already. So what is that going to mean when they become 25 and are mature adults? These people are going to be unstoppable machines. And I'm excited to see what happens, but they're getting better and better every year. And anybody my age would be foolish to say we were better back then than they are now. They are absolutely better now, and the next generation is going to be far better again because these kids are going to be tough. So the next generation, amazing, superhuman. It's going to be cool. What would I tell a person as a coach that's just starting out? Have fun. Have fun with it. Don't take it serious until you have to.
And all things have no preferences. That's Miyamoto Musashi. I think one of the only samurais, or maybe the only samurai, to write a book on strategy and swordplay. And that's our team philosophy here, is to win it wherever it goes. If we're standing, we win. If we're on the ground, we win. And we're the best, no matter where it is, and that's how we win.